So here's another quick escape tip, which is don't be afraid to go it alone. Now, there's a really popular saying, which is if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I can't tell you how many times people have said that to me. The problem is that sometimes if you wait for everybody else, you don't go at all. And, you know, we have this idea that we have to go on trips together, we have to share a bedroom, or even that we have to eat with other people and go out for dinner with other people. And it's funny because on Twitter this week, a girl was putting out, she said, she said, I'm a real foodie. I want to go out and have dinner by myself. I can't get a table in New York City or in Jersey because I'm single and I'm on my own. And I was really shocked by that because I've traveled, so many places in the world on my own. And it's been really rare. I think it was just one place in Venice, really, that I couldn't get a table because they were trying to they'd rather seat four people than one person. But apart from that, I've always been treated like an honoured guest, usually because I am on my own, and people really sort of look after me because I'm on my own, especially if I go to a nice restaurant. But I always remember when I did a trip to Vegas, and I was on this flight, and it was a big trip. It wasn't just Vegas, it was like Arizona and Utah and all that. But as I was flying in, I just had this sudden fear, and it was like, oh my goodness, I can't eat on my own. I can't go and eat on my own. And I thought, where's that come from? Do you know what I mean? Because I had been dating somebody and actually broken up from them for like nearly a year. But I'd, been going out with them and stuff. But I thought, but I go out on my own all the time. So why did that suddenly sort of like come in my head? That was so weird. And I went to Vegas on my own and I ate at all the great buffets and all the really famous ones. And I've been to some of the most amazing restaurants in the world on my own. The only problem is it's really annoying because you have to kind of take your bag into the bathroom with you when you go. And then, you always think that they're going to think you've done a runner. So, but I haven't done a runner. I've never done a runner. So that's all right. But really, a lot of the times when I've gone on trips, I have gone with other people, but usually because I've said, hey guys, I'm going. Does anybody want to come with me? And if nobody said they'd come with me, I just went on my own. So, and I had a good time doing it. And it's wonderful when you travel with other people, but sometimes you've got to go it alone. Here's another thing. If you really want to do something and it's like an organized trip, a lot of the time, some people, they will put you together with another person, so you will share a bedroom. I'm not that keen on it because I had a few bad experiences in England. But when I went out to the States, and when I went to Mexico and also in Bhutan, I got paired up with somebody else to share a room because it was really expensive to do a single room, and they just paired everybody up. And so I had 3 different roommates on those 3 trips, and those 3 roommates, each of them were such a joy and became such, they were such great friends on that trip, and I really enjoyed it. And I wouldn't have had that if I'd gone with somebody who I knew. So like that, you can sort of guarantee that you're going to, get to know people when you go away if you go on a group trip. But even if you go on your own, I always find I make friends along the way. Sometimes it's a bit scary. Sometimes I don't really know. It can be a little bit hairy sometimes when you're traveling on your own. But so many of the people I've met and the experiences I've had, I wouldn't have had if I'd had my entourage with me, really. Even going for a walk out here, just locally, I go out for a walk and so many times people will just stop and chat to me for ages and ages. So I know really that all I have to do to find a friend is really walk outside the door. And I think sometimes you forget that if you're always in a couple or always with people, always with family, you forget that actually people are very friendly. And I just add this. I always remember when I went to convention in Florida, and it was so full on. There's 8,000 people. And the next day I went to this place I stayed, which was so amazing, Costa d'Est in Vero Beach. And it's such a nice place. And I got there And I was sort of going into the restaurant, and I started chatting to this older couple, and they said, you know, as we went, and they went, "Would you like to join us for dinner?" And I said, "Oh, that's so sweet." They said, "Well, you know, we don't want to think of you sitting alone and eating." And I was like, I appreciate that so much, but I have just come from convention with 8,000 people, and I'm really looking forward to a little bit of alone time. So, but that marvelous. Thank you so much for inviting me. So, you know, people are so friendly and so nice when you're on your own. And I think I wouldn't know that if I hadn't gone off on my own so many times. So sometimes I think it can be so scary to do something like, you know, I set up my Zumba classes on my own and not as part of a gym. And, you know, so many other things I've done like on my own. And it can be really, really scary, and it can feel kind of weird to do things on your own. But sometimes that's when you really get these amazing experiences. So if you think about going out on your own or going it alone, you know, just think if it's right for you, and stop worrying about what society thinks, you know. And those people in New York City, shame on you for not giving that girl a table, because apparently she eats more than 2 people. So you're missing out on money, you silly biddies. Okay, take it easy. And if you are in hospitality, be nice to the single people, please. We might be your best customers, and we'll definitely give you great reviews if you're nice to us. Okay? Take care. Bye.